Napa, pura calidad.
Dale más vida a tu carro con Napa. Aceite convencional para motor Pennzoil por solo $3.49 el cuarto. Además ahorras $10 por par, llevándote los limpiaparabrisas Bosch Evolution Beam. Lógralo con Napa, pura calidad.
Oferta válida hasta el 28 de febrero. Precio general en los diferentes estados. El precio no incluye impuestos aplicables ni cargos por reciclaje. Ver tienda para detalles.
Napa, pura calidad.
You're tuning in to the Goldilocks presentation of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony Rodriguez, aka Walking Crow, found transformational energy healing through a personal search into healing and was transformed by this experience. He made the decision to pursue training and has since become a certified energy healing practitioner with an emphasis on working with clients in recovery from addiction. His willingness to be open and listen has allowed him to be of service to many who seek a peaceful, serene, and healthier body, mind, and spirit. Call in now if you would like to speak with Anthony. The call-in number is 713-955-0332. Enjoy this transformational and healing show.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I am your host. Welcome back, and welcome back to a new time. It's a couple of days after the solar eclipse. We're in the male energy of fire. We're in manifestation. We're in new beginnings. We're preparing for springtime. What better time could you ask? And welcome again. Wow. You know, I'd like to thank my producer, Tiffany White, for allowing us, myself and other healers and practitioners to have our shows on Goldilocks Productions. And also, again, would like to thank Tiffany White for being my guest last week on the show, which was a fabulous show. And I had guests over the last 5 weeks, I believe. And I had Tiffany, and I had Master CEO, I had Marsh Engel, Emma Molina Enriquez, I had Jeannie Love, all practitioners, all shamans and healers, masters in their own right. And what a fabulous month plus it has been sharing them with you, and at the same time learning a little bit more about them. Once again, this is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I'm your host. And today we're going to get back to basics. We're going to talk about what it is that blocks you from letting go of your hurts, wounds, traumas, shame, and the heavy baggage you carried around for a lifetime. Let go and let good. Let go and let God, and grow into the beauty where you were always meant to be. We were always meant to be in a beauty and a glorious place where it's my understanding, as I read as a child and as I learned as an adult, that we were made in the image of the Creator, Great Spirit, a whole God, if you want to call him that. And I like to say that I am the I am that I say I am, because I stand in my place and I stand in my power and I stand in who I am. And it took me a lifetime to get here. It absolutely took me a lifetime to get here. And it took a lifetime of hurt, and not just hurt by the hands or the words of somebody else, but by the hands and the words of myself, because I had become domesticated into believing things that weren't true. I had become domesticated into saying things that weren't true and believing things that weren't true, and come to know that, I'm free. I'm free from the bondage of all those things. I'm free from the bondage of the dangling carrot that well-meaning people dangled in front of me with spoken and unspoken expectations. I no longer have to chase that carrot. Do you still chase that carrot? Are you still willing to try to live up to somebody else's expectations in your life in lieu of your own? Aho mitakiyase. What is it that you want for yourself, and what is it that you want to let go? what are those things that I call baggage that you've been carrying around for a lifetime? You know, aren't your arms tired? Have your feet become heavy? Do you feel unloved? You know, do you feel like nobody cares? Well, I got to tell you, love and care begin with ourselves, begin with self. And having the awareness and the realization that it's time to do something about those things we only think about and we spin about in our mind, and we create story about. We create story about those things. And we rewound ourselves over and over and over again until we get sick and tired of being sick and tired of rewounding ourselves and come into our awareness and our understanding of the things that aren't true and have never been true. I sure am glad to be back in this way, in this medicine, in this way. If you want to call in and ask a question, or receive a healing, or talk about something that's been eating at you for a lifetime, feel free to call 713-955-0332. We're going to take live calls, and we're going to see what it is that you have to say. I know that folks are listening in Alberta. I know that folks are listening in Warsaw. I know that folks are listening in Maui. I know that folks are listening in North Carolina, Asheville, and Ashland, Oregon. I know that people are listening to me across Los Angeles and the United States proper. Wow. Also, if you want to have a 20-minute little bit of a session with me and get a bit of a reading with me, feel free to call 818-442-1717 or reach out to Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com. Well, all right. So I'm talking about carrying the baggage of a lifetime, carrying the baggage of the spoken and unspoken expectations of others. And you know, I carried those things for a lifetime, and I'm going to talk about it in a way that I understood it, and then in a way that I was transformed. And I'm going to talk about it in one particular way first. You know, when it came to prayer, I would always pray for things, and I would ask for something. You know, I would ask for, Creator, just give me peace. You know, and then next time I came to pray, I would ask Creator, you know, just give me peace. And then I go and do my life, and I come back and I say, Creator, just give me peace. And what I realized over a lifetime of praying just like that is that I wasn't a man of faith. I wasn't a man of belief. I wasn't a man of trust. I wasn't believing, being faithful, or trusting. You know why? Because I kept asking. Why would I keep asking a Creator for the same thing over and over again when He heard me the first time? He heard me the first time. And if I ask the second time, why would He give it to me if I'm not walking in my faith? If I believe that that's the case, if I believe that He is true and He hears me and He answers my prayer, He or she or whatever you want to call it, the duality, Radhe Govind, Shri Krishna, or Mateo, the duality of both female and male, Creator, Great Spirit, God, Aho. Why would that Great Spirit answer me if I am not walking, talking, moving, living in faith, belief? Why? And asking over and over for the same thing? You know, there's another one I used to ask about. I used to ask for patience. Careful what you ask for, because as soon as you ask for that, you're going to get the opportunity to have patience or try to have patience with others, because you just may be tested. I just may be tested. And I may get the opportunity more than I care to, because I may already have patience, but I'm not trusting. I'm not believing. I'm not a man in faith. But I do now. I had a shift, and I believe, and I don't ask for things that aren't necessary. I don't ask over and over again. You know, you hear it all the time when you're in a store, when you hear a little kid asking for their parents, once they said no, for the same candy, toy, whatever it is, over and over and over again, and they start to wear that parent down. That that parent's going to have a moment, and so is that child if they don't stop. Well, anyways, I came into my awareness, and I came into the awareness of what it was I was doing and how it was I was living, how it was I was praying, what it was that I really needed. And what I really needed, what I really wanted, what I really needed and wanted was a different way to communicate with my Creator, Great Spirit, with myself, a way to go inside and a way to be teachable in a new way, a whole. And I learned that. And I learned that it was being silent and being quiet. God, Creator, Great Spirit, God, if you will, already knew and knows what I want, what I need. After all, it's been watching. He's been watching. I don't know what to call it, all this time. And, do I believe? I got to tell you, the last couple of years of my life have been really, wow, they've just been off the hook, lousy, or transformative, if you will. But it hasn't been fun. But you know what? I maintain a purpose. I maintain my faith. I maintain my awareness. And I know that if I continue to help others to continue to help themselves, that my life is going to change no matter what's going on in it. It gives me a new set of eyes. The Bible says, and this isn't about the Bible, this isn't about religion. I don't care for religion, but this is about spirituality. But I read this and I understood it. The scales will fall from their eyes and they will see clearly. I have learned how to see clearly. The scales have fallen from my eyes. When will the scales fall from yours? What is it that you want to let go of? It's a time, where are we? We're coming up on the 1st of March tomorrow. And I'm going to ask you and everybody out there, how many of you have broken your resolutions? How many of you have given up on the weight loss that you said you were going to give yourself because you don't know how to be with that weight loss because you're doing it for the wrong reason? When is it that you're going to attend to that emotional wound that you eat over or smoke over or drink over or fix over? When will you attend to that? It was part of the resolution. I got to tell you, I stopped making resolutions a long time ago, and I started setting intentions for myself. And I started setting intentions for myself of changing my world and the world of people around me. And how do I do that? And part of how I do that is I wake up every day and I show up. I don't just show up for others. I show up for myself on a daily basis. Is it easy? No. Can I do it? Yes. Have I done it? No. Will I do it? Yes. And I said, have I done it? And I said, no. But the truth is I have done it. And I've had to do it over and over and be consistent in a growing and a learning and a being, a whole. Not standing still and standing in the place of stress, standing in the place of anxiety over what I'm not getting, what I'm not having, what I'm not doing, what I'm not able to manifest. The fact of the matter is things manifest when they manifest. I'm able to do when I do. And I just said to somebody yesterday, because they kept trying to convince me that they were trying, and I'm looking at them and I said, thinking is not doing. Trying is not doing. Doing is doing. And when is it that you're going to do something about the life that you really want? And do you want a different life? A whole. I know a young lady who's living in Maui, and she went there after her husband's death. And it's my understanding from having a conversation with her that she was mourning for 5 years, but she knew that she had to go there. She was told that she had to go there. She heard that she had to go there, so she went there, and she's been there for over a year, maybe more. I'm not sure. And and what I understood was that she was grieving for a husband who had passed on, and her sons were grieving in their own way, and we have become friends over time. In fact, I know that she sets an alarm to listen to this show. I know that I'm going to have a conversation with her either later today or tomorrow, because I always do, and it's such a blessing to be able to have a conversation with somebody who wants to listen to this show and is interested and has feedback, and which I welcome. I want to remind you that it's 713-955-0332. Call in, push 1, to get out of listen mode, and our producers will know, my producer Tiffany will know that you want to have a conversation with me. We're looking forward to hearing from you. And right now, we're going to do something. I'm sitting down, and I'm going to ask you, if you're standing or if you're sitting, just to be mindful of your feet and allow the energies of your feet to sink into the ground, and drop your hands to your side. And I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes, and I'm going to ask you to take a breath. But I'm not just going to ask you to take any breath. I'm going to ask you to take a breath to the core of your body, down into your sacrum, into the second chakra, 2 inches below your belly button, where we connect to others, where we heal, where we feel, where we fight or flight, where we create, procreate, and co-create. It's that place where the element is water. It's that place where I am Pisces. It's the place where I am birth. It's the place where woman bears seed and man fertilizes that seed to woman. Oh. So I'm going to ask you to just be still and be quiet. Close your eyes and ask you to take a breath to that place. Inhale and exhale. Be here now. Be in your body. Be here now. Be right here, right now. Don't be at lunch. Don't be at breakfast. Don't be at dinner. Don't be with what's going to happen tomorrow or on tonight's TV movie. Be right here, right now. Be centered. Be here. Be now. Take a breath. And exhale. Breathing deep into our bodies. We breathe into our heart space, our lungs, air. I love, I'm loved, heart space. And our breath passes through that place, down into our third chakra as we breathe into our body. And the oxygen stokes that fire and allows it to grow, because fire needs oxygen to burn. And we take that breath in past our heart space into our third chakra, and that fire grows. Inhale and exhale all the way down, and that fire grows. And that fire grows, and it gets bigger, and it heats up that water in the second chakra, and it creates something that a lot of us need, that a lot of us want, that a lot of us don't know how to get. And it's called esteem. And that esteem rises from the second chakra to the third chakra. And we have that esteem, and we feel good in our fire and who we are. And that esteem rises to our heart, and our heart is warmed. Aho, mitaki. Aho. These breaths are how we're going to take care of ourselves. Take time to be still. Take time to be quiet when the inner chatter starts, the monkey mind starts, and you don't know how to shut it down. Close your eyes, stand still, and sit still, and be with Mother Earth. Aho. Be with the four directions. Aho. Be with fire. Be with air. Be with water. Be with earth. Aho. Four directions. And be still. And take that breath into the body. And begin to heal yourself. That's right. Begin to heal yourself. How is it you want to heal? And what is it that you want to manifest? Having the 5 guests that I had on over the last 5 weeks was incredible. And it was significant because a lot has happened over the last few years. And these people have become friends of mine, and teachers of mine, and masters of mine, and shamans of mine. And I work with them, and they work with me, and I learn how to go inside and how to be in that deep place of silence, that deep place of asking the question, that deep place of knowing. And yes, I actually know. Sometimes I know before I ask the question, and I'm just blown away by that. Letting go has been a hard thing. I'm going to get a little personal here and talk about, in my personal life, I'm having to let go of a marriage. And do I want that? Did I want that? No, not really. But do I have to let it go? Yes. Because sometimes the things that we think we love most are the things that hurt us the most. And I'm not saying that my wife hurt me or anything like that. No, that's not the case. What I'm saying is sometimes those things get in the way of our forward progress, in the way of manifesting our life the way it's supposed to be, because we get blinded by other things, you know. And sometimes things are here temporarily, and sometimes they're here permanently. And I'm not one to make that decision on which things those are, but I am here to say okay, and let go if I have to let go, and let good if I have to let good, and let God if I have to let God. You know, these are the things that I have to do to save myself, and I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to stand in the place of taking my life back. Not that I gave up my life, but there's things that I had to do and things that I did, and I sincerely want my life to change. And I want the life of my wife to change as well, because maybe she'll have a better life. I don't know. Maybe that was a great life. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, I need to let go, and I need to let go of the ideas that I develop around stuff like that. And I am, and I'm moving forward. So, and in my moving forward, in my letting go, it helps me to help you, because I then step into my experience of what I've gone through or going through, and I'm able to help you in your transformations, because I'm transforming, I'm transitioning, I'm transcending, I'm transmuting as I do these things. And how is it you want to transcend? How is it you want to transform? How is it you want to transition? How is it you want to transmute? Or do you want to do the same old, the same old that doesn't work for you day in and day out? And I'm going to ask you that question. When are you going to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of living an unsatisfied life, a non-productive life? When are you going to throw in the towel and say, Uncle, give me a call, 713-955-0332. And say the words to me, Uncle, Anthony, how can you help me? Anthony, help me. I need help. One of the reasons that people smoke, they manifest smoking, whether it's pot or cigarettes. I believe, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who will say different, but I believe it's because people don't know how to ask from their heart, air, lungs, I'm loved. Will you help me? Do you love me? Can you love me? Will you love me? Will you listen to me? I believe they don't ask for the things they need and the things they want. So they give themselves something that is substandard and something that is fleeting, like tobacco, like nicotine, like pot. They put and that goes right into the fifth chakra. If you think about it, when you ingest that goes right into the fifth chakra. What's the irony in that, that that's the case, that there it is. It goes right into the plug, boom, where the expression is supposed to happen, and it doesn't. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow, and I have transformed from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. I have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. I have transcended from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. And how do you want to transcend? How do you want to transform? How do you want to recover? Do you want to continue asking your God, your Creator, your Great Spirit, your Yahweh, your Allah, whatever you want to call it? Do you want to keep asking that entity that you believe in with that kind of a faith for the same thing over and over and over again? And I'm asking that because I ask that way. And I have to tell you, I know that sometimes Creator says yes. I know that sometimes Creator says no. And I know that most of the time Creator says, and this is the big one, wait. Wait. Be still. And this is another biblical quote. Be still and know that I am creator. Aho, mitakiyase. Be still. That's right. Be still. It's not an easy thing to be still, especially with the way the mind runs and, things constantly. It's not easy to let go of the things that we're constantly thinking about. But if we're willing to try to stand still, we're willing to try to sit still, and willing to try to be still with ourselves and our feelings, and actually feeling the things that happen in our body about the things that happen to us, being with the feelings changes everything. Because thinking about the things that happen in our life doesn't change anything, but create more to think about. And for some reason, we're willing to do that all day long. And I had to give up on that. I don't want to think about the things that have happened in my life. I want to feel about the things that happen in my life so I can actually let go. So I can actually have an understanding of what it was and what was my part in that, and how part of my part was holding on to the story. When are you going to become willing to let go of the story that has become so important to you? I remember like a little child kicking against the stone wall I built around myself. I won't give in. I won't feel guilty. I'll just rise up and I'll be myself. I'm just trying to get through. When are you going to knock down that wall that you built between you and others, you and Creator, you and yourself? Because yes, you can build a wall between you and yourself, and you probably have. You probably have. A big part of my transformation was weight loss, and it wasn't purposeful, because I wanted to change my insides, and I believe that what goes into your body is just as important as what comes out. What goes into your mouth, is just as important as what comes out of your mouth. And I needed to start speaking differently about myself. I needed to start telling myself some different things and giving myself some different and new and better information than the information that I had for a lifetime. Because that information that I had for a lifetime didn't serve me. I hope. And I built up walls of protection, and I gained weight, and I ate, and I stuffed, and I sat on the couch and ate chips and ice cream and whatever I could, because I didn't want to feel what I was feeling, and I didn't know how to be with what I was feeling. I just knew how to think about what I was feeling, and I stopped feeling it and continued to think about it. And I got bigger and bigger and bigger till I was 238 pounds. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I'm about 5'7", 5'8". So 238 pounds is a lot of weight for a guy with my frame. And right now I'm 160. Now, this isn't really about weight, but that's the example that I'm sharing with you, that it's my experience. And it's the example of what was happening to my body, what I was manifesting. What I was manifesting as a result of the spinning that I would do in my head about you, about my mom, about my dad, about school, and they don't understand, and my ex-wife, she doesn't know, and blah, 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 blah. How many times am I going to buy that story? How many times am I going to try to sell that story to other people so I can circle the wagons of protection with other people and get them to sit with me and say, yeah, you're right, Anthony. Oh, you poor thing. Well, I got to tell you, I had to shed those people. I had to shed those ideas, and I had to shed everything about that. And is it easy to do? No, it's not. It's not easy to do, because those things are mine. Those things belong to me. I carried them for a lifetime. Why would I let go of them now? Who are you to tell me that I should let go, Anthony? Nobody. But if you want to change and manifest your life, if you want to have an abundant life filled with love and joy and understanding, you'll let go, because you need those hands to pick up other things. Rumi says about the hands, hands are not for picking, they're for picking up and letting go, not for holding on. Aho. I love Rumi, the Suffolk poet. And if you don't know who Rumi is, Google Rumi, the Suffolk poet, and you'll find out the incredible beauty that he has written with ink and written things down that have moved my life. A whole. 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Call in and ask a question. Call in and get a healing. Call in and be with us and share. What is your story? You don't even have to give your name. Press 1 to get out of listen mode, and ask a question. Change your life. Do you want to change your life? Or do you believe that your life just doesn't need changing? Just doesn't need changing. What can we do to change your life? How can I help you? Where can you go by changing your life? I never knew 5 years ago when somebody said to me, you should become an energy healer. And I said, what's that? What was about to happen in my life? I didn't know. I didn't know that I would become an energy healer. I didn't know that I'd become a medicine man, that somebody would call me shaman. They would call me walking crow. That they would honor me with the ceremony to do such things. Because I didn't know such things existed or were possible. I had no idea. I was willing to say yes. I was willing to say okay. And I was willing to let go of asking why. You ever talk to an 11, 12, or 13-year-old or a little kid, and they ask you a question, you give them an answer, and they say, why? And the why is not important. I learned that the why is not important. The okay is more important than the why for me. The belief that I have an understanding that people believe me and that people trust me and people put their faith in me are why I do things. I love my life, and I love where it's going. And speaking of life and where it's going, this Sunday is the 6th of March, I believe, and I am going to hold an event. It's a private event, mind you, and it's an event for it's a drumming event for Journey, and I'm holding a workshop. Is it a workshop? I wouldn't call it a workshop, but it's a drumming for Journey, for abundance, for journeying into your abundance and your well-being and letting go of those things and meeting your spirit guides and your spirit animals and asking questions. It's a time of alignment. I use a 27-inch powwow drum, and we're going to align, and we're going to set free, and we're going to clear a hole. And it's going to be Sunday at 12 noon to 1:30. It's a private residence, so you'll have to go to PayPal me /Walking Crow, and you can pay for the event, and you'll be given the address at the time that you pay for the event. So join us on Sunday. It's going to be a nice little event. It's going to be a private event. We're inviting no more than 10 people. And what we usually do after the drumming, the 20 to 25 minutes of drumming of Journey, is we allow people to share what the experience was like for them. And some people have never had that kind of experience where they see a spirit animal, where they see a wolf, where they see a great eagle, a whole, where they see the ancestors dancing and drumming and dancing around the fire, a whole. Come have an experience with us on Sunday at 12:30. So there's actually a page on Facebook where you can go and it's an event link, and you can check that out. And I think that you'll have a good time. And just join us, because I think there'll be some good medicine there for you. In fact, 1 o'clock. It's actually 1 to 2, 1 to 2 o'clock. And so give us a call, or 818-442-1717, or reach out to Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com and find out more information about that event. All right. So getting back to the transitioning and manifesting and letting go of the things that we carry, I used to blame my parents for a lot of things, and maybe they were responsible for a lot of things that happened to me. But, they're not to blame because they can only do what they can do. And I had to come into that understanding and that knowing and the awareness of that and what that actually meant. Because, when parents are given children, when we actually choose our parents and we choose our parents, there isn't a handbook that comes with us or that is given to us for them for being the child of a parent. And they're going to make mistakes. They're going to raise us the way that they were raised, and that's something that I learned from my mom. When I was dealing with my mommy issue, and yes, I said it. I had a mommy issue, and I was asking my mother about that one day, and she said, I tried to raise you kids the best way I could, and I thought I'd try to raise you like my parents raised us, and I thought to myself, wow, whoa, that was heavy. And what I realized is I needed to stop holding her feet to the fire, and I needed to stop blaming her and accusing her of different things because it wasn't fair. How would she know? How did she know? She couldn't know. She was somebody who had never had children before, and God bless her for making the attempt and giving us a life that she did. That's all I can say is thank you. And how many of you out there are holding on to those resentments, are holding on to that baggage, and how many of you your arms are getting tired from carrying them? When will you let go of the blame? When will you let go of the shame? When will you let go of the hurt? When will you let go of the self-doubt? When will you let go of the self-loathing? Those things only hold us back, and I will ask you to let go. I would love to have you come and see me for an energy healing session. Allow me to read you and discuss the things that are going on in your life, and allow me to help you heal, to be a part of that, because I think it's a necessary part of where you're going if you truly want to get there. And where is that? Where is it that you're going? I believe we're all going to different places, to different spaces. I believe that at the same time, we're all standing in different places and different spaces. So it's relative to the person. 818-713, excuse me. I was starting to give my phone number, 713-955-0332. Call in and ask a question. Call in and tell us how you want to transform, transcend, transition, how you want to let go. Let us know if you want help. I believe that a lot of the help that I have gotten has been through working through the chakra system, and learning how to ground, learning how to allow my energy legs to sink into Mother Earth and to become one with her and to become rooted, a well-rooted tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. Because I got to tell you, this last 2 years, I have not been knocked down by the four winds. I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still talking to you who will listen. I'm a well-rooted tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. I am rooted and I am fruited. And some people laugh and say, that's a funny image, Anthony. Yeah, it's a funny image, but I'm rooted and fruited in and I always, when I say that, I stick my hands up into the sky and I reach to the skies and I say, I am rooted and fruited, and my branches reach to the heavens, and the birds of the heavens nest in my branches. And they eat of my fruit. Because I am well rooted and well fruited. I am grounded. And the water from my second chakra of connection overflows and waters my root system and nourishes me. And I am nourished from within. And I make the connection to the birds of the air through my second chakra because my outreach branches welcome them. And they eat from my fruit. Connection to others. It's where I feel. It's where I heal. It's where I create. My second chakra. It's where my emotion lies. Grandmother Moon. 28-day cycle. A whole direction of the west, direction of the woman. A whole second chakra. Understanding these things, as simple as they can be, or as difficult as they can be, because sometimes people think that these things are difficult. They can change their lives. And do you want to change your life? I'm going to ask you that again. Do you want to change your life? Are you sick and tired of having a life that's just not been what you wanted? It's not been what you wanted. And when will it change? When will it change? Give us a call and tell us what it is that you want. I'm sure that you know what it is. And if you don't want to share that with others, out there, and you don't want to share what it is that's going on with you, with others, call me, and we'll have a private conversation. There's nothing wrong with that. We're here. I am here for you. I am always here for you because others were here for me. I hope. So what is it? In Alcoholics Anonymous, they say drop the rock. In fact, they don't just say that in Alcoholics Anonymous. They say that in a lot of different places. Drop the rock. And how long do you want to carry that rock? It gets awfully heavy. We've already heard that Rumi says that the hands are for picking up and letting go, not for holding on. Holding on creates PTSD. Holding energy creates PTSD in the body. Why would you create poison? Why would you give yourself poison? And why would you continue to give yourself poison? Why would you continue? I mean, if you saw a bottle with poison on it, you wouldn't drink it. But you continue to talk to yourself in a way that's not healthy and not good, and it's not giving, it's not loving. I'm going to ask us right now to just stop and be still, put our feet on the floor. And if you're standing up, just stand still and allow your arms to hang. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to draw a breath, draw a deep breath, and take it all the way into your body. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. And one last time, inhale and exhale. Doing the breathing and noticing where it lands in your body is important. It's important because it allows you to be right here, right now. It allows you to be still. It allows you to be with you, which is something that, a lot of us don't like to do. We like to escape. We like to hide out from what's going on. And sometimes it just becomes impossible to do that anymore. It becomes impossible to escape and hide out from a life that we've lived, or a life that we lived that we haven't been wanting to live, that we've been wanting to change, that we've been wanting to mutate into whatever it is we want or don't know what it is we want. Have you written things down? Have you made lists? Have you asked yourself? Have you asked yourself? I have to ask myself. What is it you want, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow? What is it that you want from yourself? What is it that you want from others? And what I want for myself is I want to be able to grow and be, and change every day and become a successful more of a successful healer, more of a successful man in the way of relationships with others. Sounds like simple things, but what is it you want? Is it a new job? Do you want to lose the last 10 pounds that you haven't been able to lose from the resolution that you gave up on? Do you want to let go of anger? Do you want to let go of fear? Do you want to let go of your impatience? You know, what are your intentions for yourself? What are your intentions behind letting those things go? And what are your intentions behind the things that you want to manifest? And how can you do that? How can you do that? How? I can teach you how to do that, but you'd have to come see me. And if you want to come see me and get a free consultation, a 20-minute consultation, you can reach me at Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can reach out to me at area code 818-442-1717. Or you can call into the show at 713-955-0332 and ask a question. And let's get that ball rolling. What is it that you want? And how do you want to get there? You know, do you want to be on the road to nowhere? Do you want to be on the road to somewhere? And what does that look like? What does it feel like? How do you want to manifest the change that you say that you want? How do you manifest the change? It's a tough thing not to know what it is you want. You know, it's a tough thing. But these are the things we have to know. These are the things we have to do. These are the things we have to say. Sometimes we have to tell ourselves. You know, sometimes not knowing what we want for ourselves is a good thing, is the best thing. Sometimes knowing is just knowing too much. You know, what is it that you want to do? You know, in the third chakra, fire, fuego, it's where we stand in our self-esteem. It's where I am. It's I can, I will, I do. They're the things I can, I will, and I do. It's who I am. It's where I stand. I am the I am that I say I am. Aho. And in my fourth chakra, it's a place of love. It's a place of connection. Connection to what? Connection to my second chakra, water. Connection to others, connection to self. But I can't make the connection from my second chakra to my fourth chakra, heart, air, lungs. I'm love, if I don't go through the fire, the fuego, the self-esteem, where I stand in my power, where I step into my power. When will you step into your power? And how? Who will help you? And when? When will you ask for help? When will you stop living in shame? It's a hard thing to live in shame because we think nobody knows. And what I learned about living in shame is that nobody knew I was living in shame but me, and it only got worse. So once I told somebody, it got better. That was the secret for me. They said, me too. You too? Me too. In the relating of the story, in the sharing of the story, but not the spinning in my head. I had to let go of it. I had to let go. 713-955-0332. Give us a call. If you're listening, if you're out there, if you're wanting to change your life, you know, how can you change your life? How can you manifest? I'm a firm believer that those who give advice, bad advice, don't have any experience in the advice that they're giving. And I know that I've lived a lifetime. And what does my lifetime look like? It's a lifetime of experiences and a lifetime of experience. And I can share from a place that I've been, I hope, in a place that you probably have been as well. I will stand with you and I will say to you, me too. I am here for you. I am here with you. I stand by you. I stand with you. Aho. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to say the words, excuse me, I need help. It's okay to ask Creator, send me somebody who will give me direction. I prayed that prayer. Creator, Great Spirit, send me somebody who will give me direction. And he sent hundreds. He sent legions. He sent the healer's tribe, the whole. You know, he sent a lot of people that were willing to say, hey, Anthony, come with us. You know, when I didn't think anybody cared. But he sent them. And it doesn't have to be a he. Creator can be a she. Creator can be the duality of female, divine feminine, divine masculine, the whole. And in saying that, how many of you know how to receive when you ask? And I'll say this is my left hand. This is the left hand of the divine feminine. This is the hand of receiving. How many of you can step into your divine feminine and receive in a good way after a lifetime of not receiving, after a lifetime of not being able to, or maybe even after a lifetime of not wanting to because you thought you had been given everything that, you know, you deserved? Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. Step into your left side, the divine feminine of receiving. And also at the same time, step into your right hand. Step into your right side, the side of divine masculine, the side of divine giving, of divine moving forward. It gives to the divine feminine a whole. And they share and they become one. And they become she, man, sha, man, a whole. Step into your power. Because you have the power within. You have everything that you need to do what you want to do. You know, I had talked to one of my teachers a few weeks back, a couple of months ago, and I asked him to teach me something. He said, I don't have anything to teach you. You have everything within you that you already need to know to do what it is you want to do. And how true that was when he said it to me, and it's true today. And I believe that. I have stepped into my power. I have stepped into my want. I have stepped into my being. What do you want to be? When will you step into your being? When will you give yourself more than just, shrugging the shoulders and say, okay, oh well, you deserve so much more. And I know you do because I did and I do. Oh. This is a time of manifestation. We're coming into springtime. It's March. March is tomorrow. And springtime is about new beginnings. It's about the born and the unborn. It's about grandfather son, direction of the east, direction of the male energy, direction of fire, fuego, aho. You take iron and put it into fire, and it purifies it, and that becomes steel, and it becomes stronger. It becomes fortified. It alchemizes, changes, it shapeshifts, and becomes something different. How will you shapeshift today? How will you change your life in a way that is good? That is good. Not that you have a bad life now. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, how will you make your life better than you think it is now? When will you give that to yourself? Aho. The first thing I did this morning was I got up and I went for a walk. I did my 3.5 miles. I usually do it at a place called the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena, California. And there's a golf course there, and there's geese, and there's woodpeckers, and there's finches, and there's crows, and there's hawks, and there's all kinds of creatures from the air. And and people are walking their dogs, and people are smiling, people are frowning, people are waking up, But people are moving, and the energies are there, and I go and I'm there to walk for my health, but I'm there to walk for my spiritual health and my soul more than anything. Because when I start to walk, I greet I create a great spirit, and I greet, the four directions and Mother Earth and Father Sky and Grandfather Sun and Grandmother Trees, and I do all this mindfulness walking when I'm doing it. And one of the things that happens is that it helps me to settle into my day. Sometimes the first thing we do is get up and have coffee, and the manicness starts happening, and we start creating story, and I got to do this and I got to do that. Well, you got to do the first things first. Put your left foot in front of your right foot and your right foot in front of your left foot, and just get out the door more than anything, and do something for yourself. Do something for others. Do something for others. This is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And today, the show is about, going back to basics and healing ourselves and asking ourselves what it is that we want. And this has been a different kind of a show today. I'm usually more talkative, and I'm usually more expressive, and I'm usually more passionate. But I want to take it easy and ease my way back into the show the way it was, because the last few weeks, like I said, we've had guests, and I've been excited, and I'm glad to share them with you. But this is about sharing the things that I do to transform my life. This is about the things that you can do, that I can share with you, and you can share with me, that'll transform your life if you so want a life transformed. Do you? Can you? Will you? Do you want to transform your life? I never thought to ask myself that question, because I didn't know that it was possible when I had a different kind of life. When I was out there drinking and doing the things that I was doing and manifesting a different kind of life. But I found a place of peace that's sometimes not always so easy to be with, because I didn't know it for such a long time. But at the same time, it's so easy to be with it, because I get to be with me. I get to go inside, and I get to be still and ask myself a question. Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, what do you want today? What is it that you need today? How are you today? I love you. I get to say the words I love you to myself, and be with those words, and the understanding of what that actually means. Because people say, well, I love me. Really? Then why do you feed yourself poison? Why do you talk to yourself the way you do? Why would you talk to yourself the way you do? And if you love you, reach out for help. Who can help you? I'm willing to help you, and I'm willing to show up. I'm willing to care. I'm willing to mentor you. Aho. Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com or 442-818-442-1717. Reach out to me. I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you transform your life into something that you have never imagined. And if you've imagined it, let's manifest it. Let's manifest it together. Let's hold hands and walk into that sunset of creating. Water, aho. Grandmother Moon, letting go. Direction of the west, direction of autumn, aho. Creating, aho. What is it that you want to create? What kind of life would you like? What kind of love would you like? What kind of like would you like? Because sometimes we don't always like ourselves. Sometimes we don't always like others. Sometimes we don't love ourselves. Sometimes we don't love others. Sometimes we think we're unlikable and unlovable. The fact of the matter is, that isn't true. That's a story we tell ourselves. I want to thank you for coming today, and I want to thank you for welcoming back with me our old format. Not that we won't have guests in the future. We're going to definitely have guests. But I want you to know that this has been the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. And my name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And you can find me at Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can reach out to me on my office at area code 818-442-1717. You can also look me up at Sacred Drum 24 Mark.Weebly.com, which is my website. I'd like to thank you for coming. I'd like to thank you for being with me and allowing me to have a voice in your life and allowing me to be the voice in my life. Aho. And I look forward to talking to you next week in next week's edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. And I bid you good afternoon. Aho.
Welcome to Metro PCS.
Hi. So I heard you're hooking everybody up with a new phone?
Yes, right now everybody gets a new phone. You and your friends, cousins, neighbors, roomies, buddies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but what if I'm already with Metro PCS?
Yeah, this great deal is for existing customers. New customers, people named Willie, dog lovers, bird watchers.
Yes, got it. It's for everyone. That's awesome.
Everyone gets a new phone at Metro PCS. Come choose your new select smartphone from top brands like Samsung and LG. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. See stores for details and terms and conditions.